Hi, I'm Jeff from Missouri Wind and Solar, and I want to show you how to assemble our wind turbines. And it's pretty easy. When we send you our wind turbines, they'll come in a box like this. It'll say Missouri Wind and Solar on it. And I'll show you what you get. Okay, you're going to get a blade hub. We make several, so you're going to get one blade hub. And here's a couple of our blade hubs. This is a 9, and that's an 11. Show you how thick they are. This is actually 1/4 inch thick, and these are 3/16. We don't call them double thick hubs. They're just solid 1/4 inch thick. You're going to get the right amount of blades that you ordered. You got a 5, 7, 9, 11 blade turbine. You'll get 5, 7, 9, or 11 blades. You're going to get 2 tail arms, an extra wide 16 gauge steel tail with the Missouri Wind logo laser cut into it, or you'll get our basic tail, which is 24 inches and nothing cut into it. And those are both 16 gauge steel. You get a mounting bracket, 3-phase rectifier. This will take the PMA from 3-phase AC output and turn it back to DC. And you'll get our 3-phase AC output motor, the Renegade, or depending on which model, we do have a DC motor. And you'll get the Raptor Generation 4 blades, the fastest blades in the world, and they're made in the USA. These are just virtually indestructible. And we only have them in gray. We do not make black blades. They must say Raptor USA on the butt, or they're not our blades. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put this together. Okay, you're going to need some tools. You'll need a 9/16 wrench, 9/16 socket, 7/16 inch wrench, a couple of them, and a 15/16, and an Allen wrench. Instead of 2 7/16, I'll just use my electric screw gun to put it together. Now, I'm going to start putting it together, the mounting bracket first. So, this mounting bracket I've already put together. You can get a close-up on that and show how it looks. Notice they're drilled out here and here. It doesn't matter which way you put it. So, to give you a good idea, first put the L plate on, and then there's a conduit fitting. Work that into the top. And once you get this together, it's easier to put this together first. Okay? Now we're going to put the motor on. The way to do that is pretty simple. There will be some spacers that come with the motor. See small spacers down here? Be 2 spacers, you want to make sure those are in there. And then we'll have 2 large bolts. Make sure the spacers are in there. And you got 2 self-locking nuts. I'll get those on there. Now you want us to make sure these bolts are nice and tight. Okay, we got the motor on. That's ready to go. And what I made is a stand. Put this together. It works really good. Just put a pipe in a vise or something, and it works really nice. But I start out that way. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to put the tail arms on, and I'm going to show you how these things go on. 2 arms, and they go on like this. The other one goes like that. And then when we get them on, we're going to press them together. So we've got all these short bolts here. And use the short bolts to put the tail arms on. I'll get one. And that's how those are going to go on. Now there's self-locking nuts that come with these, and I'll get those things started, get it tightened down. Okay, I got the tail arms assembled. Now we're going to get the tail on. I'll show you how I do it. It's really easy. First I take 2 short bolts, short ones. I go through the back side like that. And now all of these parts come bare metal. They are not primed. I primed them up so it's easy to see when I'm doing this demonstration. What I have to do is use a good primer on all the metal, clean it first. Good way to clean sheet metal or metal, it's got an oil film on it, using xylene. That's good stuff to clean it. It'll clean it beautifully. Then you can use like just Krylon or Rust-Oleum primer and put a good bare metal primer on it and paint it with a good enamel paint, spray paint like Rust-Oleum, Krylon, whichever color you want. Okay, I stick my 2 bolts through there like that. There, I get my tail on. Bring it over. Just squeeze it together. Just like so. There we go, we got our tail on. This is an extremely heavy duty machine. It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's very simple. Simpler the better. So we got our tail on. Now we're going to put our hub on. And the way we're going to do that is you have the bolts for the hub. Now the long bolts, they're like 1.25 inches. What you want to do is take your nut off the PMA right here, the lock washer. And this is a hub stabilizer spacer that we had designed. We designed this and manufactured this quite some time ago. Anyway, that goes on, and this gives a good back plate for your hub to set against. Stops any hub from bending or whatever. Okay, so what you're going to do is take the bolts, longer bolts, put them through the face of the blade, like so. You want to tighten these things down to 5 pounds of torque. Now this will be the back side of the hub, okay? The name Raptor USA faces out to where you can see it. I've already got this drill set. Just make them good and snug. There you go. And that's how you want this. Is going to be the front side. You want to see the Raptor showing. Now the hub will just go on there. Lock washer and nut. Okay, and you're going to want to do 2 things. Here's your 15/16 wrench. And there's your Allen wrench. You're going to want to get that in the shaft, and then just turn this down till it's good and tight. Okay, here's a 7 blade set. It's completely assembled, and you'll get a 5 blade, 7, 9, or 11. I'm going to put this aside for the moment. Now you're going to have your 3-phase jack out here, and it comes with both ends. It comes with the male or female. And I've already made this cord up in advance. Took this wind turbine up. Just use a 10-2 with a ground, 12-2 with a ground extension cord, or you can buy good SJOOW cable. It's got a real flexible rubber casing, and it's meant to be outdoors in the weather. This will not crack or break. So anyway, I already made my connections just like this. Now all you do, just plug your jack together, run your cable down through the conduit like that, and you'd want to leave yourself like just a little hoop like this. If you want to, you don't have to. It can go straight up and down like that. Now you tighten down the conduit fitting good and tight. And that's pretty much it. Now the way to hold this wind turbine on the tower so it doesn't blow off, you need a hose clamp. And you just tighten down the hose clamp up here, and that's all it'll take to hold this onto the tower. Okay, all the three-phase output wind turbines are going to come with a big rectifier. You hook your 3 wires to these 3 terminals. Any one of these 3, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. So hook them however you want, these 3. Now where it says negative and positive, you come back off from the negative and positive, and these would go to your battery bank or through your charge controller first in your battery bank. And these 2 large holes are meant for just mounting this on the wall. And it's nice to put them on a nice steel plate. These rectifiers all come with the 3-phase wind turbines. Now here's something we're thinking about putting with the wind turbines, but we may or may not, that depends. Now these are already turned beautifully the way they are, but what you can do is we sell these big locking collars, okay, and we're going to have these rings here. Easier, 2 locking collars. You just put the first collar down on the pipe, and then take a nylon washer. You can even make these things out of a milk carton. Throw it down there. And you bring this collar up once it's down there where it's snug, and then just push up on a little bit, and most of the weight is all on the locking collar. That's all the better you need it to spin. Now to do an even better job, you raise your turbine up to this height, take another neoprene washer, set down there first, slide this in, bam. Of course take the hose clamp and pitch the hose clamp. Tighten this down. Now that is a really nice setup. Lock collar down below and up above. 10 times better than bearings. These things will not wear out. You don't want them tracking really fast in a wind. The problem I find with actual bearings is the turbine will flail around back and forth because it turns too easily. And we find this system is simple, it works forever, and the turbine tracks beautifully with this. For extra added protection on your PMA, whether you got it from us or not, we sell a clear marine varnish and a green marine varnish. You just take this stuff, it's like industrial. Just take this stuff, spray in the front, soak your stator core, spray in the back. You can spray the whole PMA with this stuff and it will coat it permanently. There you are, it's all done. Set the wind turbine on an 1.5-inch pipe. It's 1 7/8 outside diameter, and it's just called 1.5-inch pipe. And it doesn't take too long. There you go, completed wind turbine, just as easy as that. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff from MissouriWindandSolar.com.